Hello everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you what I have so far right now, just in case my district does switch to virtual learning. So this is something what I'm kinda in the works of right now. Okay, so this is the idea I have. So I found this photo on Twitter a while back. Let's see if I can just move it over real quick. Okay, so this person is using Google Slides, I'm assuming, and has the title of when the work should be done. And then they are using some kind of like Google Meets or Zoom, and this is their link, and then they have the information right here. But below that out, when they can meet with them. Okay, so I guess the first thing that they have is like step 1 is to check in, so they're doing some kind of like Google Forms or something. Step 2 is to watch a video of what the teacher is teaching. Step 3 is to learn the vocabulary. Step 4 is to apply whatever they're learning in Peer Deck, is what I'm assuming, and answering some questions. And step 5 is to show what they've learned, so using Seesaw and a video done here. And then step 6 is the reflection, so weekly checkout. Again, I'm assuming some kind of Google Meets, and if they want to do some extra credit for language, I'm assuming they can use Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, and This is Language. So I'm assuming that students just kind of click and they kind of do whatever they need to do, and Edpuzzles, their account is already connected to it, so it's not like the teacher has to add all the students, it's already kind of connected to it, and so it's not like the students are like saying, hey, I finished with this, can you grade this? The teacher kind of already knows because it's already collected into one account. And so looking at this, I'm looking at stations the way I would be using them in my classroom. So how I would use them in 4th grade bilingual classroom is I would have a warm-up, or before that I'll have a morning meeting, have a warm-up, then I would have my mini lesson, and then go into stations, and then at that time I would also be teaching in small groups, and then class will be over. So how I'm seeing this is I'm kind of reflecting on what does it look like in virtual learning, how I'm going to be doing it. Okay, so what I've come up so far is this. Okay, so this would be like the daily schedule, and this would be done in 2 days. So to finish stations 2, 3, 4, and 6. So station 1 is our morning meeting, so this would be done daily, so sometime early in the morning, because I know for my district it's at least from 7:35 till 3, I think. And so I know I would not held my morning meetings like at 7:30, but you know, somewhere early in the morning, because I do want to take account, maybe they have siblings where they're sharing a computer, and so that could take into effect, and so I do kind of want to do it like a little bit later in the morning. But we'll have morning meeting in Google Meet, and that's where I would do a morning message, do a morning greeting, and then that's when also they would do attendance using Google Forms, so that way I can kind of keep track of how many students I have, how many students are coming into the morning meeting, and how many students I know that are actually doing the work. Station 2 would be the learning part, and this would be the teaching video using Edpuzzle. So I know videos should be between 5 to 10 minutes, and so I will try to keep it at that point, not try to have all these distractions, not try to go into a tangent or do all these extra things, just try to get to the point and making sure that they actually get the content that they need. And I would use Edpuzzle so that way the students can stop and answer questions along the way, so that way they're not just watching a video, they're actually kind of engaged in the video. Station 3 would be vocabulary using Quizlet. My students already know how to use Quizlet, and I would introduce my new students using this. So I would have the vocabulary cards already in Quizlet, and so I'm not sure how I would kind of get them to use it. Either just study the cards, or create their own flashcards in Quizlet or on index cards, or say the words and definition in Flipgrid, so that way they're learning it in Spanish and in English, because I do teach bilingual. Or just play the game on Quizlet where they're matching, doing some type of game on there and learning at the same time. Okay, station 4 would be apply. So I do have a lot of digital activities using Google Slides where they're learning something from the specific teak of math that I'm teaching, and then they're playing some type of game in there, or they're creating some type of product in Google Slides, or I could use boom cards. So it's kind of like task cards, but just boom cards. So they learned the content, and now they're using it to do these activities. And then I would have small groups daily, So I would be live at a certain period of time. This is kind of considered like my office hours. So students need to meet with me for like small groups, or they need to ask me a question really quick, saying, Mr. Jones, how do I do this? Or can you explain this in another way? And saying, yeah, I just come on in and then I can help you. So I'll be like live during that duration, whether it's like 2 30-minute periods or like 1 full hour, or 3 30-minute periods, so an hour and a half. So that way students can get me at any time of the day. And then station 6 would be math facts, so practicing their multiplication on Extra Math. I love that website. The only thing is that they have to be connected to Clever with my district, and so students are just kind of practicing their multiplication facts, and it's like really fast, and it gives them like a diagnostic test, see if they're really good at it, what do they need to practice on, and then it keeps like changing so that way they can master all their facts. It's a really good program that I like to use. Station 7 would be some kind of math game station. So this could be either Education Galaxy, Imagine Math, or Prodigy, or Renaissance. Renaissance isn't really, and I know I missed about that, sorry, but Renaissance isn't really a math game, but these are all websites that I know collect data on them, so that way I can see, oh, what TEK are they mastering, what TEK aren't they mastering, and it would be like one math game per week. So I would say, oh, this week we're doing Education Galaxy, so every other day get on Education Galaxy for at least like 15-20 minutes and just see what you can do. The first part is always going to be a diagnosis test, and then it starts doing the games for them. Imagine Math, I haven't done it, but I love Imagine Math based on what it looks like, because it gives them tools, math manipulatives. It even has like a live teacher to help them if they get stuck at one point. Prodigy is basically answer questions correctly, you get a bunch of points, and then you like level up your avatar, so that's really cool. Renaissance, again, it isn't a math game, but maybe I'll use it, maybe not. And then Station 8 would be the reflection daily. So this would be on Flipgrid, so they would answer these questions. How do you feel? Do you feel tired? Do you feel good at the end of the day? And then what is one thing that I learned? What is one thing that I'm still struggling on? And then how am I going to improve tomorrow? Right? So they would just answer these, and then I can go back and see who did them, who didn't do them, so that I can see the reflections at the end of the day. So then this would be for like basically 4 days out of the week. On Fridays it would be different. So this would be, Fridays would be for makeup day. So if they didn't do a station, if they didn't get to anything, they can do it on Fridays. Students receive feedback to correct anything. So if they did something wrong on a Google Slides, or if they did something they didn't do good enough on an assignment that I gave them, they get feedback instantly, and I say, hey, so and so, go ahead and make corrections on this. I would also be on Google Meet live in a longer period of time. Just if students are there, then I would help them out, give them feedback, whatever they need at the time, whatever support they need at that time. But if students aren't there, then that's when I would be doing the feedback. A lot of misspelling errors. Nope. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Whatever I need to do on the computer, and then just being live if they need me to be live. This would also, Fridays would be also like our quiz time. So I would do like a 10-question quiz on any of the TEKs that we've covered that week. I would normally, looking at this, I would just cover 2 TEKs a week. I know that isn't standard all the time, or that might be a lot, but in the past students were able to do this and they were able to keep up, and the way I did it with them was extremely hard and frustrating, but the students kept up. So I'm just kind of reflecting this on how I would do this in the classroom, and so I believe my students can do this. So that's why I think Fridays would be a good time for just a 10-question quiz over the TEKs that we went over. Multiplication competition. So at a certain hour, I'll say, all right, everybody get on Gimkit, and we'll do our multiplication contest to see who is the student master of the week that they're learning their multiplications on. That's a really good thing to do. Another one, and I would check homework, and I'll go over what the checking homework is a little bit. And optionals will be like Friday Fun Day, so we could like watch a movie together over virtual, or Zoom, or Google Meet. We would do like a virtual field trip every once in a while, or a show and tell. Does anybody have any talents they want to show us, or just something to kind of make it unified, make it fun, make it interesting, so that way the students are wanting to come to class all the time. So that's just my thought process. This isn't like a set in stone, but this is just what I came up with just looking at this one photo I got here. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. The homework, so this is what I kind of want to do. I don't want to give like math homework because they'll obviously be stuck at home sitting on computer all day doing work. My homework, my work, reading work, science work, social studies work, it's gonna be a lot for them. So what I've decided to do is my homework, and maybe I can get my team with it too. My homework would be like due once a week, so accomplish one task a week, and it'll kind of be like a choice board. But the choices will be like cook a meal. It could be something simple, or help out your parents in the kitchen, something simple as that. Do a random act of kindness. Again, anything. Do a STEM challenge. Create a catapult using these 5 objects. Create an exercise video to a song, you know, kind of like Zumba, Zumba, right? Invent a game. Learn how to sew. Learn to do laundry. Create a music video. Clean your room. Do a chore. Write a letter to a friend, family member, whoever. Create a new joke, something that we haven't heard of, not repeating it, something that we haven't heard of. Learn how to ride a bike. Tell a story with items you found that you made from. Draw them up in your neighborhood. Learn how to cut fruit, because I don't know how to cut fruit, but I'm learning. Learn how to cake from a box. Not from scratch, but from a box, because I know some people use water instead of milk. That is gross. Use milk. But this is just something that I kind of wanted to share with anybody that is interested. Again, this is just like my thought process. Please give me any questions or any concerns you have, any comments you want to give me, so that way I can kind of tweak this. Maybe you have an idea for something else instead of what I have, or maybe you might say, oh, why not do this instead, or I have a better idea the way you can use it. Again, I am learning on the spot. This is barely going to be my 2nd year teaching. First year teaching virtual, just like everybody else. Just in case I do go virtual, or my district as a whole goes virtual, this is kind of something what I want to do, just because I know I'm teaching summer school right now, and so it might help out students that watching pre-recorded videos versus live videos. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Please leave any questions, comments, concerns in the chat box, and then in the comment section, and then I'll try to address them in my next video. Alright, thank you. Bye.